Hello there, and welcome to lesson 2 on psychological problems. More specifically, we are looking at what are the effects of mental health problems. So if I were to, for example, to have mental health problems, how would that manifest itself? Would I be able to function as a normal member in society? Would I be on a good income, etc.? How would my relationships look like? Before we get cracking with any of that, can I just remind you, as always, please check this out on Show My Homework. There is an excellent resource, a written resource, which will really help you. And we are looking at page 172 to 173 today. On that page, I would like you to take notes. I would like you to take notes in terms of what I am delivering today as well, keynotes on that. And ping your teacher an email by taking a picture of the work that you've produced and emailing that on their Outlook email, please. So, what are the effects of mental health problems? People with mental health problems can have many difficulties coping, as you would expect in everyday life. For example, they would have trouble sleeping. There would possibly be low levels of energy, poor levels of concentration. There would be how they would conduct themselves or go about themselves in their place of work or education. They would not be thriving in these areas. In fact, I think they would be quite the opposite in that they would be struggling. In developing a condition earlier in life can stop individuals obviously from finishing their education or training, and so therefore they would metaphorically be sadly putting a cap on their earning potentials possibly. People in the UK who have a mental health problem are four times more likely to be out of work, and unemployment and low income can increase stress. So it becomes a little bit, not that circles are vicious, but a little bit of a vicious circle in that having poor mental health can lead to more and more severe cases of mental health. Mental health problems can also have a negative impact on physical well-being as well. People can find it hard to follow treatment programs for their mental health condition, for other health conditions they may have. For example, if you suffered from mental health, you would suffer from possibly from poor self-esteem and from low motivation. You would possibly not engage in any kind of therapy that was open to you in order to help your mental health and engage with that if you had those two characteristics. And that is why medication is often used as well in conjunction to perhaps help with the treatment program. So being too depressed to even engage could actually be an issue. Relationships can, of course, be damaged in a number of ways. Research actually suggests that 50% of family members of someone with a mental health problem may also develop some form of mental health problem as well. Now, it is unclear whether this is because it is genetic in nature and therefore they're more inclined to develop a mental health problem themselves, or whether that is perhaps the undue stress that living with someone with mental health puts upon the others. So perhaps it becomes an issue of nurture. Family members may end up becoming caregivers, which obviously therefore has a massive impact on the ability to earn money and to bring money into the household. So therefore people with mental health, not to generalize, but can often be also can create a situation for their families where they're perhaps not bringing in, let's say, the greatest of wage, if any at all. So what effects does having a mental health problem perhaps have on the society at large, the greater society? The implications for the economy are one of the main societal effects of mental health problems. And a study by the World Health Organization found that in developed countries such as the UK, 15% of the economic cost of all health issues is due to mental health problems. The Sainsbury's Centre for Mental Health has actually calculated that decreased work productivity due to mental health problems costs the UK over £15 billion every year. So, most individuals with mental health problems do not commit violent crimes, and people with mental health problems are actually more of a danger to themselves. However, a Ministry of Justice, and this is really interesting, and I apologise to you just for reading these facts. The Ministry of Justice study found that 49% of females and 23% of male prisoners were actually suffering from some form of acute anxiety or depression. It begs the question, is it that environment that has created that, or were they like that when they were on trial? And if the latter is the case, is it really fair that they are receiving a punishment for an illness that they have, and has society got it wrong? It's finally, mental health problems may mean that social care costs increase, and a person with mental health conditions may have a variety of needs to be met in a welfare state such as the UK, which is obviously already stretched. Guys, as I say, what I'd like you to do is to use page 172 to 173 to help you to write notes on the narrative that I have delivered, okay? And all the very best of luck with that.